Kevin Costner's Dutton family in Yellowstone ranked. While every Yellowstone character within Kevin Costner's Dutton family tree has strengths and weaknesses, some characters rise to the top. Yellowstone's cast of characters have had dynamic stories over 5 seasons of Taylor Sheridan's hit neo-Western show on the Paramount Network. However, on the whole, Yellowstone's characters mostly stay the same throughout the series. In the face of the violence and drama in Yellowstone, the qualities that distinguish Beth Dutton, Reilly, from someone like Jamie Dutton, Wes Bentley are resolute. Beth and her husband, Rip Wheeler Colehauser, stand out in Yellowstone. The Lovebirds' prominence in the Dutton Ranch's saga is hardly a mystery, considering the franchise announced a Beth and Rip Yellowstone spin-off to continue the characters' stories after Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. On the other hand, characters like Jamie are universally unlikable, while others land somewhere in the middle. Family members like Tate, Breckin Merrill, and Carter Finn Little have had little potential to evolve, but Taylor Sheridan's evolving TV universe could change that. Jamie Dutton is far and away the least charming Dutton. While Jamie's adopted status makes him no less Dutton than anyone else in the Dutton family tree, his personality and direct actions against the family that raised him do. Rather than default to honesty and noble, albeit reckless, actions like his siblings Beth and Kayce Dutton, Luke Grimes, Jamie is conniving and cowardly, which proves to be a lethal combination for those around him. Kevin Costner's Dutton family. Actor. John Dutton III. Kevin Costner. Evelyn Dutton. Gretchen Mol. Lee Dutton. Dave Annable. Jamie Dutton. Wes Bentley. Beth Dutton. Kelly Reilly. Kayce Dutton. Luke Grimes. Few Duttons can claim their hands are clean of wrongdoing, but Jamie carries more guilt than any other Yellowstone character. After betraying his family to become Montana's Attorney General and leaking sensitive Dutton secrets to a reporter investigating his family's transgressions, Jamie murders an innocent reporter to cover them up. Jamie's taking the life of a journalist shows that he is more willing to cross moral boundaries than characters like John and Rip. Throughout every Yellowstone season, Jamie falters between passive-aggressive antics and violence, making him the least likable of all the Duttons, even if you can find pity in your heart. Jamie's deception comes to a head in Yellowstone Season 5 when he plots with Sarah Atwood, Don Olivieri, to take down John Dutton. While he didn't make the final call on John's murder, Jamie caused his family a lot of suffering from the inside. While Kelsey Bill's Monica Dutton, née Long, maintains strong qualities, she isn't the most likable character in Yellowstone, and frankly, that's a shame. Monica is Kayce Dutton's wife, a Native American woman from the Confederated Tribes of Broken Rock. While Monica's status as an indigenous member of Montana's Native people gives Monica's character the most potential to have an inspiring story, Monica's self-righteousness distracts from the wisdom she possesses. For instance, in Yellowstone Season 2, Monica took a shame-based approach to her pedagogy when becoming a Montana State University college lecturer. Rather than educate an unruly student who attends her U.S. history class, Monica publicly humiliates him to prove her point. Trent's comments are misogynistic and gross, but Monica crosses a line by bullying her students. Plus, she misses a teaching moment since her message is convoluted with an attack on her student. Monica repeats her questionable teaching behavior when she holds class outside, only to find her students on their phones. Rather than inspiring her students to improve, she snaps at them and leaves. Monica falters throughout the series, alternating between supporting her husband and his family and finding them evil and reprehensible. All that said, Monica's character improves after the death of her infant son in the Yellowstone Season 5 premiere as she evolves to rise above her tragedy. The best part about Monica is that she's a grounding character, reminding the other Duttons that their family's string of crimes is wrong. Still, there's a sea of woes about Monica online, with many of them pointing to Monica's complaints throughout the series and her hypocritical nature. Maybe we could have rooted more for Monica if she had more opportunities to develop. For instance, Taylor Sheridan drops Monica's story as a teacher midway through Yellowstone without explanation. Tate is the youngest Yellowstone Dutton, and we haven't had the opportunity to learn about the 7th-generation Dutton's desires and motivations. In Yellowstone Season 5, Tate is reduced to reacting to his parents with one-liners and serving as a sounding board for the massive decisions his father must make. Unfortunately, Sheridan didn't use Tate more in Season 5. since he plays a potentially enormous role in the outcome of the Dutton family's legacy. The 7 generations of Dutton ranchers, actors, shows. Generation: Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, 1923. First, James Dutton, Tim McGraw, 1883. First, John Dutton I, Audie Rick, James Badgedale, Jack Michael Doak, 1883, 1923, Yellowstone. Second, Spencer Dutton, Brandon Sklenner, Charlie Stover, 1923, Yellowstone. Second, Jack Dutton, Darren Mann, 1923. Third, John Dutton II, Dabney Coleman, Yellowstone. Fourth, John Dutton III, Kevin Costner, Josh Lucas, Yellowstone. Fifth, Peter Dutton, Yellowstone mentioned. Fifth, Lee Dutton, Dave Annable, Yellowstone. Sixth, Kayce Dutton, Luke Grimes, Reese Alterman, Yellowstone. Sixth, Tate Dutton, Brecken Merrill, Yellowstone. Seventh, John Dutton IV, Yellowstone mentioned. Seventh, while it was cute that Tate told his dad he saw himself as a fishing guide, Tate and John's fishing bond is one of Tate's only stories independent of his parents, so it didn't tell Yellowstone viewers anything new about his character. There's also a disconnect between the younger Tate of Yellowstone's earlier seasons and Tate growing into a young adult in Season 5. Tate experienced a growth spurt during Yellowstone's production break, emerging at a different life stage. Carter also has little screen time, but his evolution from orphan to Yellowstone ranch hand makes him a more interesting adolescent character than Tate. The story of how his father failed Carter parallels Rip's Yellowstone story, and making Carter Beth and Rip's adoptive child in Yellowstone was the perfect touch. Carter only messed up that one time in Yellowstone when Beth took him shopping, and he begged her for a fancy shirt. Even then, Carter was just a kid, and neither Beth nor her newfound kin knew how to act toward each other. Since that moment, which Carter isn't to blame for, the ranch hand has grown into an honorable young adult. In Yellowstone Season 5, Carter tells Rip that he wants to be just like John Dutton, and Rip gives him hope that someday he can be. Hopefully, Carter's story will continue with his parents in Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spin-off, allowing his character to come forward. Kevin Costner's iconic John Dutton character is one of the most likable and effortlessly cool in Taylor Sheridan's neo-western, and he's a fan favorite to some. Still, John Dutton is guilty of many transgressions in Yellowstone, and the conflict he caused his children puts him in a gray area. For instance, when Kayce got Monica pregnant, and then chose to start a family with her, John Dutton gave Kayce the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch brand on his chest as a punishment. While no parent is perfect, John Dutton made some decisions about raising his children that are worth factoring in. Still, Costner's character is an enigmatic, strong leader, and his determination to protect his home state of Montana from tourists and development projects was outstanding. While we never got to see what would come of John Dutton's arc after Kevin Costner's Yellowstone Season 5 exit, the Dutton patriarch has a solid legacy in Yellowstone. The story of John Dutton's immediate family is Yellowstone's heartbeat. True to heart with the best intentions, Kayce Dutton is one of the best characters in Yellowstone despite his floundering throughout the series. Kayce is a dedicated husband and partner to Monica and father to Tate, proving his allegiance to his family and the Broken Rock tribe in Yellowstone Season 5. Kayce tries his hardest to meet the needs of those around him, sometimes compromising what's best for him. Still, Luke Grimes' character has evolved since Kayce's visions in Yellowstone Season 4. Kayce is a stronger character in Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2, leaning into Native American ceremonies to guide his path. Despite being surrounded by murder and violence, and often making himself a killer, Kayce has pure intentions and only hurts others to protect the people he loves or those who need protecting. Kayce's golden heart makes him a better parent than John Dutton was to him, allowing Tate to choose his path independent of the Yellowstone ranch. Supportive to those around him with a rich backstory, Rip Wheeler is also one of the best characters in Yellowstone. While he may not be as pure as Kayce's golden boy, Rip has a caring soul forged by the trauma he faced in his adolescence. Rip's ability to rise above his challenging life circumstances and make a life for himself at the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch is admirable, making him one of the series' most well-rounded characters with a great story. Since getting together with Beth and having deep discussions about their past and future, Cole Hauser's incendiary character has softened, and it's been a joy to watch. Rip hasn't had a strong storyline in Yellowstone Season 5, as the Dutton siblings take center stage and negotiate their future. Still, Yellowstone's backstory for Rip in flashbacks